To face him once again, I notice the gentle way he stares at me. The usual hardness of his expression is gone, melted into something relaxed. I find myself staring back at him, looking into his eyes. Perhaps Rod does have some gentleness to him. Our gaze does not break as he twirls me. You have beautiful eyes. He said that. Rod's eyes widen as soon as mine do. He abruptly lets go of my hands and steps away. I can only stare at him, my face warm. It wasn't me this time! That was more than just a thought, I swear! Ross says nothing, though his cheeks continue to darken with embarrassment. Oh my. Rod and I turned to look at him because he was hovering by the door. Excuse me. I'm dying. Oh my god. Ron quickly walks through the doorway and out into the hallway, leaving Milligan and I alone in the room. Everyone, I can't speak. What just happened? That was a wonderful Oh, that was a wonderful dance, Scarlett. You were watching? I only just saw the last few minutes, but you know, the two of you really did look like a couple. It was sweet. A couple? Oh, you're blushing. I put a hand to my cheek and turned away with a scowl. I am not. Besides, whatever just happened was embarrassing. Do you like Rod? I stare at her. I do not. Also, you're forgetting that I am a maid who could not be with a prince, even if I wanted to. He's grumpy and cold, and even though we are not blood related, he's still my stepbrother. If only Milligan realized how crazy her words were in light of the truth. Oh, no, I see, okay. But technically, it's not incest. So, I don't know. And Milligan suddenly looks starry-eyed as she giggles at me. Love knows no boundaries, dear Scarlett. Besides, he seems to like you. Your brother hates me. Rod can be a contradiction sometimes. Can be contradictory. So contradictory, not contradiction sometimes. Sometimes he says the opposite of what he feels. It's only when you get to know him as well as I do that you realize what his truths are. I cannot help but think of Sebi, who always speaks Rod's thoughts aloud when they are contradictory. He was always so mean to Veronica when we were young. He would always bully her for being a crybaby, even though he cried far more often. But then I realized he treated her more special than he did anyone else. Back then, I knew that he liked her. I thought that one day the two of them might even grow to love each other, but... why are you bringing the past back? We're just having our moment! And Milligan lets out a long sigh. She directs her attention out the window. His attitude towards her has changed ever since he was cursed. Then they grew even more distant when Veronica found a lover. Is that the reason why you've been going to the toy shop with Prince Rod? Because you want to bring them back together? Milligan nods. The three of us were best friends. The three musketeers. It's not the same without Rod. I keep on asking what's wrong, but he refuses to tell me. He's always been stubborn, but it's not like him to keep secrets. It's really frustrating because I have no idea what I should do to help him. I thought he was just being stubborn with me, but apparently no amount of prodding, even from his own family, will make him budge. Why is he being so difficult? I hope you do not mind me asking. Well, what do you know about his curse? Amelia stares at me for a few minutes before nodding. You're my friend, Scarlett, and I know that I can confide in you. I know that sometimes I'm not trusting enough, but I think Milligan is still far too trusting. I only know that he has the mermaid's curse. I read the story so many times, hoping that I could figure out some way to break his curse. I think back and realized I have actually read the story of the Little Mermaid a long time ago, but I did not have the chance to finish it because I was caught by Mother. The Little Mermaid is about a mermaid who traded her voice for legs, right? Yes, she does it so she can be with her prince. Rod's voice was taken away, but I'm sure that he was given something in exchange. I heard that curses are derived from the original tales, but they are twisted in some way to fit the format of a curse. And not slowly. Could he have traded okay, so maybe he traded his voice for to save a milligan or save Veronica from something. Like there was an accident and then he regretted it and he time traveled back to save someone because I know he would do that for people he loved. But then again, maybe we don't know what he traded his voice for. Just theories. I'm not slowly thoughtful. I have a strong feeling that Rod's curse is related to Veronica. Yeah. Same. But I cannot draw the connection. But still, Veronica might be the key to understanding his curse. Yeah, there must have been an accident. Or Veronica, in a way, is like the prince and Rod is the Ariel. If Rod will not divulge anything, the next basic chance we have, the next best chance we have of understanding his curse might be going through Veronica. Chapter 7. Be careful what you wish for. Ah, no! I hate that already. I hate this. Today is the first time I'm leaving the palace on a day off. Usually, I choose to stay inside, whereas the other servants always leave to go home. I never see any reason to leave since this has always been my home. And the merchant has never been home. Besides, it is not as if I want to return, not after the conversation we all shared last time. Thus, I have spent most of my days asking questions about Mother's reading, inquiring when and where I can. The opinions do not surprise me. I was so scared of her. One wrong move, and she'd have you thrown in prison. The town folks would always wait for her to pass before leaving their houses. She was a tyrant. The kingdom is better a place now that she's gone. How do you guys like my attitude voice? Okay. You don't answer back because I'm recording, I'm talking to myself. Okay, let's just go back to the story. There is no reason for them to lie to me. The more I hear, the more my old life makes sense. I know now why the king never seemed to love Mother and why the people hated her, and the reason people looked at me with such fear. However, it has been months since I've been glared in public. If there's one thing that this curse did for me is that it allows me to travel around town without being noticed. As Veronica's shot comes to view, my thoughts shift to the reason I have left the palace in the first place. If Rod will not tell me anything, I will find it. I will have to ask Veronica. She must be related in some way to his curse. I paused outside the door to the toy shop. With a deep breath, I pushed the door open. Welcome! The moment she sees me, her expression becomes confused. Oh, you're the princess's maid. Scarlet, was it? I nod at her. You've never come in here. You never come in here alone before. What can I help you with? I wanted to ask you something. It is about Prince Rod. Prince Rod? Did something happen to him? Is he okay? He is fine. She sighs with relief. Then what is it you would like to ask? I just wanted to know if you knew anything about Prince Rod's sudden muteness. Veronica stares at me for a few minutes before she shakes her head. I only know what happened soon after I met my fiancé Desmond. What reason do you have for asking? Well, I try to think of a possible explanation for this, and I immediately consider a Milligan. Veronica is a Milligan's best friend. Surely she would be willing to help if she knew I was doing this for a Milligan. You can't just do that when it's for your own selfish reasons, Scarlet. Prince Rod has been very quiet recently. Princess Milligan has been worried sick about him, but he refuses to say anything, even to her. I've been trying to gather information that might be helpful in discrediting the cause. I stare expectantly, hoping that my gaze holds nothing but determination. Finally, Veronica smiles. Just lucky to have a dedicated friend like you. I am still not accustomed to the fact that Milligan considers me as a friend. Before she became the princess, I was her first confidant. We are like sisters. But now she's living in the castle, we no longer have the luxury of spending so much time together. I worry about her constantly. Even around me, Em always tended to keep her problems to herself at first. She doesn't like to bother other people with them. It's hard not to agree. And with the way Milligan was always smiling before, I never thought she had any problems in her life. It was only recently that I discovered that she was hiding all her loneliness and pain behind a smile. It is a relief that she's befriended someone who cares so much about her. I don't know if I can be much of help, but I'll tell you what I know if it will help Milligan. To start with, I'm not exactly sure how everything changed, but it all happened so suddenly. All I know is that after the night I met Desmond, our relationship changed. At first he still smiled, but recently he's been avoiding me. Could he have been exchanging his voice for Veronica's happiness? Oh, I don't know. I want to know. It's bothering me. Oh, I just noticed it's blurry. I want to know. What happened between the two of you the night you met your fiancé? Nothing. Rod and I did not meet on that day. Prince Rod wasn't there? No, but soon after what happened that night, Rod grew distant. What happened? It was a stormy night, and I was heading back home. I took the route by the riverbank because it was the shortest route. It was foolish of me. Aw, see? The road was slippery and full of mud. I lost my footing and fell into the water. The waves were strong, and I was certain I was going to drown. Oh, he saved her! Like Ariel saving, Prince, what was his name? From, there's so many princes. I can't think of it right now. But he was drowning because he fell off the ship. But now Veronica fell off because it's a stormy night. And everything is making... Sorry, I'm freaking out. Okay. I don't remember what happened in the darkness of of that water. Only that when I woke up, my head was in Desmond's lap. That's the first time we met, but not the last. He carried me home and came by every day as I was recovering. So he had someone else save Veronica. And then he came to visit even after I had recovered. I tried not to get my hopes up too much, but what could this nobleman see in me, a mere commoner? But I still ended up falling in love with him. You have no idea how happy I was when he said he loved me too. It was a dream come true. Of course, every girl's dream of marrying a prince. It was in all the fairy tales that I read as a child. None of that was all related to Rod. How does it relate to his curse? You said your relationship with Prince Rod changed after that night. What happened? Veronica sighs. I told Em and Rod about Desmond soon after the incident. Em was happy that Chillis fell in love, but Rod didn't say much of anything. Maybe he was actually trying to get Veronica to love him, because... Oh! Maybe Rod actually saved Veronica, and then, you know how, like, in the movie of The Little Mermaid, the Miss Urchin, what was that, the evil witch lady woman, grandma, creepy, scary little... I'll just put a photo here. This woman. She like became a human and took away. Does that mean Desmond is a witch? Oh my god! Cause you know how people who are cursed, they don't want people to break their curse. So then that means it's like the Little Mermaid, in which Prince almost got married to the wrong girl. Oh my god, this is so complicated. That's when I noticed he started growing distant, and when I realized that he also lost his voice. He still wouldn't tell me anything, but I figured that he was... Wait, okay, so the Little Mermaid they're talking about, is it the Disney Little Mermaid, or are we talking about the actual real version of Little Mermaid? Because if it's the actual real version of Little Mermaid, Rod would have turned into bubbles. I feel so conflicted. Her voice fades, but I know that she's referring to the curse. So Rod lost his voice shortly after Veronica met Desmond. The mermaid's curse must have to do with the tail. The Little Mermaid traded her voice for legs so she could be with her prince. But that night, the only person who found their Prince Charming was Veronica. Rod's curse must have something to do with Desmond and Veronica. He became distant with her after finding out about Desmond. Why? Then there's the fact that he still spoke to Veronica even if he was distant. It was only when he found out about their wedding that he became so cold. I frowned as I tried to reorganize my thoughts. How did he get to be this late? I'm so sorry, Scarlett, but I have to close the shop now. Sorry for the story. I know it's nothing to do with Rod, but it was after the instant that he began to act strangely. I don't think it was much of a help, but I shake my head. You have told me what we could do. You could. Veronica walks me to the door, opening it so that both of us can step out onto the street together. Yes, I'm reading this really fast because I want to know what happens. I want to know the truth. I don't know, this theory in my hand, and then everything is mashing and dying. I'm dying. I really hope that you're able to help Milligan and Rod. I hope so too. Did you see Ophelia the other day? I catch sight of two noblemen sitting on the bench together, not too far away from the toy shop. What's this? Ooh, what's happening? I don't like this music. They're referring to Ophelia without her title. How disrespectful. Who would have thought a peasant like her could almost look like royalty? But her dress. As the queen, she ought to be wearing silk rather than satin. I don't know why, but I bristle at their comments. Everyone is entitled to their opinions, but the fact that they are speaking so bluntly in public means they have little worry of being overheard. I'm still not sure what the king saw in her. Well, you know that they say about ladies lacking natural beauty. Her talent must lie in other, more persuasive areas. You guys are crappy people. I don't cuss. Like, I just don't cuss. And I try to stay away from bad words. But no one should say that. I don't know if it should be like, I'm proud of myself, or like I should be ashamed of myself that I know what they're talking about. But you can't just say that. I'm sorry, I just got really angered. Ha! She must be very persuasive indeed if the king saw it's worthwhile to marry her. You guys are... I'm holding myself back. I'm holding myself back. As the two women laugh, I feel something hot begin to burn in my stomach. Veronica takes in a sharp breath beside me. Since I have become a maid in the past, Ophelia has nothing but kind to me, a mere servant. She has all the right to flaunt her status entirely, yet she remains humble. I know that this is why everyone at the past loves her. Common woman like her can only keep a maiden's attention for so long. You guys are... I start walking towards them without thinking. Scarlett, I wouldn't... You have no right to say those things about the queen. The two women are clearly surprised at my interruption. Both of them glare at me. And you have no right to eavesdrop on us. Eavesdropping? Anyone could have heard you! Their mouths fall open. One of the women looks at me for a long time, but stares suddenly as if something occurred to her. I thought you looked familiar. You're the crown princess's personal maid! I see you always following her around when she's in town. This is none of your business, girl. Why do you care so much for our opinions? Perhaps it's because the girl idolizes the queen. Thinks she might also go from rags to riches. What? Oh, you do have a point. They stand and advance towards me. Do you want the prince for yourself, girl? If a commoner can become the queen, it's not to give it to imagine itself as a prince, isn't? I never thought it like that, okay? Okay? I never thought like that. Sure, I like Rod, but I came from riches to rags, okay? How foolish. You're better off dreaming smaller dreams, girl. Fury. They laugh, and the irritation in my chest blazes into full-on anger. Is this what Ophelia had to be doing for the past year? She's been treating so cruelly when she has done nothing but love the king. And I also ridicule her for just because like this. I force myself to look at the cruel woman as I move my hand to the pendant hanging around my neck. I was just as cruel as them. I barely feel Veronica's hand as she rests against my shoulder. Scarlett, let it go. Her Majesty wouldn't want you to do this. But I cannot let these two women talk about Ophelia like this. I pull away from Veronica and stand firm. The queen has a good heart. She's far more noble than either of you could ever hope to be. I think back on the times I was cruel for her. Ophelia could have easily reprimanded me for my behavior. She had that right as my stepmother, yet she's been nothing but kind to me. Ophelia never got angry at me, even despite my treatment toward her and her family. She's always treated others with kindness, even when they are cruel to her. Judging from the bitterness in your accusation, it seems like you are jealous of her. How pathetic. The other one marched towards me, and my free hand instantly moves to hold her hand just before her palm reaches my cheek. Good girl, Scarlett. You know what's slapping us. No one is slapping us. I will slap you, okay? I will not tolerate any insults toward the queen. The soft light emanates from the pendant, and I can only stare at it in shock. I got my second good deed? That doesn't feel like a good deed! You're making me angry, and then you're making... I got another good deed by defending Ophelia. The woman snatches her hand away. How dare a peasant like you talk the way to us? You have no manners? I could ask you the same! What happened to yours? How dare you? Do you know who we are, girl? Lonely peasants! I don't care if you're no woman. Your attitude, I will see you pay for your impotence. I don't know what that is. Our words have far more weight than yours ever will. I'll go to the king myself to tell him about how rude you were. Sorry, the queen likes me, princess likes me, Rod likes me. You have no standing chance, okay? Even the king knows I've been trying. If he still remembers me, he will see my change in behavior that I care about Milligan. You can't say anything to me. I can pass on the messages myself. I can pass on that message myself. Rod is here. I turn and see Rod walking towards us, his expression cold. The two noblemen hastily curtsy. Your Highness! The noblewoman turned pale as Rod's eyes fall on them. Actually, we have an important dinner engagement. Yes, we do! Run, you little squirts! The two noblemen curtsy before quickly departing. I can't believe I was so angry. I'm so angry. The Rod's here. Rod is here. Breathe, girl. Breathe. The two noble women curtsy before quickly departing. What are you doing here without your guards? You...